Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Spirit Journey. How you all doing? Yeah, this is my second live stream for the day. I'm trying to look for my glasses. Oh, where'd it go? Shoot. My glasses are here somewhere. Where'd they go? I just had them before. They gotta be here somewhere. I don't know. Oh well. I'll try to find it later. Gosh, I want my glasses so I can read the comments. Well, anyway, good afternoon. Yeah, I was just eating popcorn. Yes, I was picking out. I was picking out. I um, I wanted some comfort food today. I had a really nice walk outside. Brought the gang with me, and yes, today is the first day of autumn. Isn't that great? Yes, I went to my favorite park. Yes. Hey, how you doing? Good morning, viewer. Good morning. Yeah, I came back from the park, and I was just thinking about some food. I was thinking about noodles. Those are ramen noodles. Yeah, I bought three of them, 3 packs. I use my own spices. I never use the spices that it comes with. I utilize my own spices. And I got veggies, fresh spinach, fresh mushrooms, my own seasoning. What else? And then 2 eggs. And I made a soup. Oh, and this smoked turkey breast. Yes, I did. And then a Nubian. Yeah. And then I also bought junk food. Yes, I had the soup. I could eat all the soup. I'm usually able to eat more of the noodle soup because it's nothing to it. I was stuffed. And about an hour after I ate it, I started binging eating. Let me show you. It tastes so good. Okay. These are good. It's cheese and caramel. And no, I don't work for them, and I don't get paid or endorsed in any way. I It was so good. And then I bought what do you call it? Crisp potato chips. Yeah, this one, um, lime ranch. Yeah, and I don't get paid or anything like that. But yes, non-GMO. But they were fresh, boy. They were very, very fresh. And I just felt like binging. Sometimes I get like that. Um, yeah, let me show you what it looks like outside. Yeah, it was raining. It was raining real hard a moment ago. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, days like this, I get very introspective. So I was outside. It did rain on me a little bit. I um, I sought shelter in the at the park. I didn't get really wet. I stayed under the arch at the Ramble. It's called the Arch or something like that. It's really nice. And yeah, I had the dogs in the stroller. And it was nice. I was actually happy. You gotta try it, people. Get out there in nature if it's safe to do so where you are. But yeah, I did seek shelter under the arch to when it started to really like pour hard, and then when it was a light drizzle, I continue. I did my routine, and I came back home, but I did have to go to the store get my provisions. Came home, fixed my dog's breakfast, and I fixed mine, and I felt wonderful. So, what did I do next after that, people? Yeah, so I parked myself in front of my monitor. I'm going to show you that. Let me show you my monitor. Let me turn the screen. Oh, that's my feet. You saw my feet. Okay. Yeah, see my little feet. So I make it bigger. Yeah, so I was just looking at this. I do, yes, I do enjoy watching YouTube videos. It's raining here too. Okay. Nubian, yeah. I can't find my glasses. I just had them. Oh, maybe it's in the bathroom. It could be in the bathroom. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere. If I really can't see your comments, then I'll try to find them. But either way, I just parked here and made a list of videos that I want to look at, and this was one of them. This is a YouTuber. Oh, let me move this. Okay, I'm sure some of you've heard of him. It's Billy Carson, Forbidden Knowledge. And, this one he's talking about the Anunnaki. I'm trying to find the title name for this. What's the title of the video? Oh, I can't find it. Usually, you see the title of the video. Oh, well. Yeah, it's like part 3 on, let's see. Okay, I hope you can see that. I'm trying to zoom in. It's part 3. I can't find the title name. But yeah, it's a long video. It's 1 hour and 21 minutes and 15 seconds. And oh, there it goes. There's the title. Okay, Evidence of the Anunnaki on Earth, Part 3. Okay. Okay, and you notice when you do certain videos, they add. You see this part in blue here? Looks like a Wikipedia. And they gotta, sometimes certain keywords, they put that on there. I also like exopolitics on Rumble. Okay, thanks, Nubian. Yeah, these people, Wikipedia, somehow when you use keywords in your title page, they add that on. A lot, in my opinion, a lot of this stuff is disinformation. But when he got to this part of his presentation, Carson, he did a PowerPoint. I mean, like a PowerPoint presentation, and this slide he was showing. This here, the movie. What's that one? Star Wars. Remember that movie Star Wars that came out in the 1970s? And in the movie, they had this thing called the Death Star, and this one right here. So it looks artificial. You see that little line in the middle, like an equator, and then this big round thing there, and then this thing was supposed to in the movie like be a weapon. But look at this, right next to it. Okay, he's just showing an example. That thing is a real thing. See that? I want to really get in there because I want you to see. Okay? I want you to really see. Let me make it smaller now. See that? That's supposed to be Iapetus. I mean, that's like a moon. That's a real thing. See that? See that little hole right there? And then you see the little ridge there? Look at that. This is from Star Wars. See that? That's a weapon. In the movie, of course. And they see that? That's a real thing. So, these movies that we make, Star Wars and other movies, see that? Amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, Nubian. It's amazing. So, let me zoom in again. So I thought it was amazing that, like he reminded us, and I saw something like this before, but I don't take it serious. I'm sorry, I keep moving the thing. I really don't take it seriously, I get kind of edgy. Okay, so how did they know what it really looked like? Very good question. Okay, I'm going to rest it on my lap here. Yeah, exactly. How did it really look like? So, you see this video that this guy, his name is Billy Carson. and he studies ancient history. He's a black fellow. He's very popular, and he's doing very well. So I mean, someone had talked to me about the Anunnaki, and he talks about the Anunnaki also, Billy Carson. And I can't, when I hear the name, I just want to just throw up. I can't I don't know. When I hear the term, I get kind of impatient, angry, because it sounds stupid. It sounds really stupid. Now, I'm not trying to say that he's stupid. I'm not, but the subject. And when I first heard this talk, and actually it was this type of talk that contributed to my awakening. Let's see. Yes, he does. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Um, Oops. Sorry. So, I've actually first heard about this subject about the Anunnaki in it was December of 2014, and I was pissed. I was so angry. It was a YouTuber, a different YouTuber, a woman, and she did a book, and basically what she was saying is uh, that the Bible isn't real. I used to be a Christian. I am not a Christian anymore. Okay. Um, but back then in 2014, I was. And I was, very brainwashed, like most of us. And so when she came out with her book about this Anunnaki, and that the Bible's not real, and the Bible characters, the things in history were based on people from another planet or something, I got so angry. And it caused a paradigm shift. I actually started, like in the movie The Matrix. I'm sure most of you have heard of the movie The Matrix that came out in 1999 with Keanu Reeves. Remember? And remember the part of the movie when the character called what's his name, Neo. They tell him, it's not good to free a mind at a certain point because just can't take it. And Neo, when he learned that he was in a machine, his consciousness, um, he had a meltdown. Remember that? And so his brain had to reset. And so in 2015, uh, I had to process the information. Again, I was someone who was so steeped in the Bible. Actually, at that time in 2014, she released the book in December 2014, and I bought it just before my birthday. It arrived just before my birthday, and I just thought it's gonna be something really cute. I thought, because I was really happy for my fellow YouTuber uh, from the black community, and we're both from Queens, New York, in New York City. So that's just it was new to me, and so to have someone out there on the internet who is raised near where I was born, and she's a YouTuber. YouTube for me back then was still very new, and I thought I was having I was having a, what do you call it, my 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 how do you say it, a paradigm shift. I was having a paradigm shift. If you're taught that life is okay, 6,000 years ago, these two people, and God got angry because they didn't obey, and then you know, and now we're just waiting for the Savior type of thing. And this is what I was just waiting for Jesus to come. Yeah, and I went to church and all that, paid my tithes and offering. And but in 2013, uh, I stopped going to church. My last day in church was the last Sunday of 2013, and I was still watching that YouTuber, and I saw that she was on a journey also. So before I even knew what the girl was about, I left the church, but I didn't leave religion. I was still a Christian. By just the institution I wasn't interested in. I was interested in expanding my understanding of things. And so so I was already on a journey, and I saw that she was also searching. So I said, hey, we could search, we could all search together on the internet. So I continued watching her, and uh, as the month went on, she was revealing more and more things, but not about but not about an Anunnaki. She was smart enough not to use that word, okay? And she comes from a different belief system. She came from the Jehovah Witness, and then she came from the Hebrew Israelite movement. And so I was just just following along, just seeing her journey, and then I was trying to find out my journey. Let me put this thing down. So, and then when she, and then so that was the end of 2013. Yeah, 2013, and then in 2014, that's when I really started watching the YouTuber, the girl, and then the end of 2014, she lays it on us. This book. And basically, the book is what he's talking about. This Billy Carson that you see here, the guy right here. Let me put my cursor. Yeah, this guy right there, on the left here. And I had a paradigm shift, and I had problems. Let's see what it says. Hey, cheeseburger, long time. Yeah, yeah. I had a problem, and slowly time, I started, just trying to find out what I could do to reach out and try to find out what's going on. So that's when I started in 2015. Yeah, so yeah, 2015, April of 2015. So it's like 4 months after I started getting books, and then and I had her book. I couldn't deal with her book. Her book was like too straightforward about Anunnaki. So actually, the first books I got, I knew I needed to break my old thinking. So I had to dare myself. I mean, this is just what I did. I'm just sharing what I did because I knew I had to change. I knew, because I trusted the girl. I trusted the girl, and so I knew I had to kind of break through and at least just explore. So, but I needed to break the strongholds of religion that like certain things of the Bible is considered evil, or I should say, certain things in modern Christianity was considered illegal. For not evil, I should say evil. And so what I did, because I knew I had to change, and I knew if I had to explore what this Anunnaki and planets and all that, um, I had to change. Let me see. Yeah, it's hard for me to read. Let's see. What was the name of the book? Oh, her book is. Oh, how can I get the name? Um, the Age of I Know. I think it's called The Age of I Know. Her name is Vera Courtenay. It's on Amazon. Her name is Vera. V as in Victor. ERA. Courtenay. I forget. CORTENAY. let's see, Courtenay, Ney, something like Courtenay. It's almost like Courtney, but it's Courtenay. The Age of I Know, Unlocking something, I forget. And yeah, so I had to break my paradigm. So what I decided to do, and again, I was in a mess. I was in a mental mess, and so I went to a bookstore. New York City has bookstores. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, New York City has a lot of bookstores. At least back then, they had bookstores. And so this is 2015, April of 2015. I went to a bookstore, and I just grabbed anything that I thought would help me. I got a book on the planets, and I also got tarot card. Tarot cards. I bought the tarot cards as a symbol of rebellion because I was taught that certain things were evil. And so if there's something so evil, it would have its effect right away, I felt. And if it doesn't kill me right away, if it doesn't kill me, then they're wrong. So and plus I was interested in things that people say, oh, it's bad for you. Now I'm most of you may perceive that I like to do things the safe way, because I've had things that happen to me in life. So I'm very cautious, sometimes too cautious. But I felt like I needed to break the chains of bondage that I had. And I hope you guys can hear me. I'm trying to speak up. Yeah, and I was afraid to talk. I was afraid to talk. I was afraid of people. I was afraid to talk to people. I mean, some of my like people, like my peers, when I was a little girl or something, I could talk to them. But in general, I was afraid of everything. And so I wanted to break that fear and challenge my fear. So I got the taboo tarot cards. I still have the same tarot cards. In fact, I have about 5 tarot cards, 5 different decks. So the cards don't scare me. What else did I get? Oh, I got books on David Icke. And that same day, that day that I went there, I met a man. I met a black man. He could have been in his 70s or something like that, late 60s, 70s. And he was standing next to me. I had asked the person at the bookstore where what they call their metaphysical section was, something like that, New Age or metaphysical. And she said, "Oh, well, we got the such and such section." So she brings me over. Is there any particular author or whatever? So I just threw anything out of the hat, the rabbit's hat. And I said, "Oh, how about David Icke?" So she shows me, and then she walks away. And right after that, the guy, the man, walks up to me and says, when I heard you say David Icke, I knew I can talk to you about something. And I listened. Let me see. We are not to fear anything but to pay attention to what you feel. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. So the man, he was a tall man, and he said to me, he says, "I have an implant." And then he showed me behind his ear. Yeah, he had something under there. And then he gave me his card. Say, "Here's my card. I'm a school teacher, blah, 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 blah." And then he walked away. Well, I did call him, and I left a message on his answering machine, but I never got a call back. But either way, see, it's a small world, this new paradigm system. And when you this was my first day of deliberately breaking the system from me, because good people don't touch tarot cards. So I wanted to break that bondage, and I wanted to go against the grain and find out what's going on. So this is just what I did. I'm not saying that you have to do it, the same thing. I'm just telling you what I did. So I bought a whole slew of books and the tarot cards. And that was my first step in this search. And I also started to do meditation. You sit down in a lotus position, or Indian style, and you just close your eyes, and you know. But slowly things started changing. So anyway, so with this video now that you see in front of me with the guy Billy Carson, his channel is Forbidden Knowledge. Okay, so he's talking about this moon. And this moon that you see to the left, the right there with my cursors over, that is a real moon. But it looked it looked phony, right? It's that is man-made. That is man-made. I'm not stupid. So I have here different, let me see. I put up different, okay. So what I'm going to show you now, different things I was looking at just a moment ago before I started the live stream, okay? And, they're hiding things from us. How can we go to school and we don't learn about these things? Now, you see here, these supposed to be, let me see. These are different, let me click on it. Okay. These are all planets. Not planets, I meant to say moons. Okay, that was similar to, look at that one. Oops, sorry. Look at that. This is okay, how about to make it clearer? See that? This is on the, anybody who got a, what do you call it, a computer, you can look at it yourself. This is one of the moons of Saturn. Saturn is one of the planets. And this is some of the moons. Look at this one. People, am I stupid or what? You think that's natural? Okay, this moon is called Mimas. Okay, it's made primarily of water, ice, blah blah blah. Okay, look at this shape. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, let me find what I was really looking for. Okay. Oops. And they all got, let's see. I'm looking for the one that says, okay, let me just try to scroll. Okay, that's all the way down. Mimas, Calypso. Oh, I never heard that. And I can't even pronounce some of these names. I'm looking for the one. Oh, look at that. Got a moon named Pan, Atlas, Janus, and I can't pronounce that name. Pandora. Remember that movie? People. Remember that movie? Oh, it's with the blue people. Remember, it's the blue people. What's that movie with the blue people? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, people, I know you know the name of that movie. With the blue people, and they had the Avatar. The movie Avatar. Remember the movie Avatar? They went to a planet, and it had what was that? I think it had 2 moons or 2 suns or something. And they went on that planet Pandora. Look, there's something actually named Pandora. Look at that. Pandora is cratered. The two largest ones is about 300 kilometers in diameter. Okay, these are actual names. Prometheus. It acts as a shepherding satellite. Okay, what's a satellite? What is a satellite? Let me, I want to look up that word satellite. Let me look that word up. Let's say satellite. I want to look that word up. S-A satellite. Oh, satellite. Satellite. The artificial satellites. Let's see. What's the definition for a satellite? Let's find out together. Satellite. I hope you can see it. Satellite. A celestial body orbiting another of larger size. A manufactured object or vehicle intended to orbit the Earth, the Moon, or another celestial body. You hear that? So just something that goes around something else. Satellite. iPhones are too. Oh! Thank you for sharing that one. Someone shared the iPhone. Let's look at this now. What are satellites used for? Let's click on that. Okay, it reads. There are hundreds of satellites in operation. They are used for diverse purposes such as weather forecasting, television signal, amateur radio, and internet communications, and the global positioning system. They are also used to look outward at the solar system for research and data gathering purposes. So it seems like a satellite to me, if you want to crunch it down, it's something that is to relay messages. It gathers information and it sends out information. You hear that? It gathers information and it sends it out so that you can find out what the weather is, or if you want to watch your TV show. It's a communication. GPS. That's what it says. GPS. Global Positioning System. So it's to track you down too. It tracks you. It follows you. And while that thing comes to my mind, on the dollar bill, when you see that pyramid and that thing on top, the eye. You know what that eye is, in my opinion? That eye is like a satellite. It's a triangle. It's a plane. What do you call it? A spacecraft. That triangle. That triangle is a spacecraft, a satellite, and it's the all-seeing eye because it's watching you. It's watching you, people. It's watching me and you. And it's around the pyramid because you notice the pyramid is flat on top. Well, where the hell that plane is going to land? The spacecraft. It's going to land on top of the pyramid. That's where it's going. It's going to land on top of it. See what she's saying. Okay, Nubian's saying, back in the late 70s, I used to work for a company called Communications Satellite Corporation. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's a communication thing. It's like a spy. Don't you notice in the Bible? You notice in the Bible, it's always telling you better be good. That is all knowing, right? It's all knowing. How could something be all knowing when we're not all knowing? We're a point of attention. You can only pay really attention to one thing at a time. The more focused you are, the more razor sharp, the more connected you are. And to be all knowing, no, it's a database, they're saying. And these satellites are taking in data and they put it on the dollar bill, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. And again, it could be wrong. Why would an eyeball be on that triangle? Only beings have eyes to see. The eye is not there for decoration. The eye is there to observe you, people. It's to observe us. And it's connected with those pyramids for some reason. And that's where I think Masonry is really talking about. It's gathering information on you. Okay. So let me see what else. So I wanted to, let me move that back. Okay. So I already showed you let me see. Let me go. Oh, let's see, what's that one? Okay, yeah. Make it smaller. Oops. I'm trying to make it, come on. I'm trying to make it smaller. Okay. I'm trying to make it smaller, people. Oops. See, these are all names. Come on, come on. See, it's this one right here. Brother, I don't know how to move it over. Okay, let me just leave it with this then. Okay. I can't seem to make it smaller and sent it on the page. But you see that one on top right? That is it's called Iapetus. God, I gotta get it. I gotta get that name. Okay. I really want you to see this. Okay, it's called Iapetus. It's nicknamed the yin yang of the solar system. Half of Iapetus appears as dark as asphalt, the Cassini Reggio, that's the person who discovered it. The other half as bright as snow. Scientists generally believe that it has swept up the orbiting dark material, perhaps originating from Phoebe, that's another moon. A mountain ridge that runs along the moon's equator is 20-kilometer high. 20 kilometers, that's high. That's about 3 miles. Okay, I'm sorry, 12 miles. Giving the moon a walnut-shaped appearance, discovered by Giovanni Cassini in 1671. And in my opinion, see, look at that. Okay. See all these pock marks? These are weapons that cause it. Look at that ridge. See that? Let me get my mouse. See that? They want you to believe this is natural. Baloney. Okay, that's not natural. Oops, sorry. Oh, where'd it go? I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. They want you to believe that's natural. That's not natural. Okay. That is not natural. It's the same, it's like the Death Star. Okay? You have many things. It's something about this Saturn. Okay? So now, okay, I defined what a satellite was. And, okay, that's Iapetus. Yeah, let me read, let me show what it says about, okay, Iapetus. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm just reading this now with you here. Okay, so look at this now. Iapetus, this planet here. It's a moon, not a planet. It's a moon. It circles Saturn. Okay, Iapetus, the piercer. Okay, a piercer is something that penetrates. Okay, a weapon, people, a weapon pierces. Okay, is the one Titan mentioned by Homer in the Iliad as being in Tartarus with Cronus. He is a brother of Cronus who ruled the world during the Golden Age but is now locked up in Tartarus along with Iapetus, where neither breeze nor light or the sun reaches them. Okay, I'm not, I haven't read Homer, I mean the Iliad by Homer, or the Titan. I didn't read that. But everything, these are the mythology with ancient Greece. Okay. So, listen, what was Iapetus god of? Let me see what the god. Iapetus may have been the Titan god who presided over the mortal lifespan, who assigned mortal creatures their finite lot. Like his brother Titanus, he was a god of time, one of the sons of Uranus, the great dome of heaven which measures all of time. Look at that, people. I wish it were a little clearer, the screen. I apologize. But you see that? This is about time. You're reading it, you see it with me. You see that? You see that? I mean, I'm just reading it with you now. I didn't read this before. What I did, I just put some tabs up on top, things I want to explore with you guys. Okay? See, they're telling you what it is. People name things based on what it is or what it's for. They're telling you. This Iapetus is in charge. It's the piercer / Death Star. Remember the movie Star Wars? It's identical. That guy who made the movie, what's his name? Was it John Carpenter? No, John Carpenter did that other movie. I'm sorry, John Carpenter did the movie They Live. But what's that other guy? Yeah, I'm sure some of you would know. That's the same guy who did, oh God, the thing with the planet, the Avatar. Yeah, he the maker of Avatar. He did Star Wars too. He knows the deal. That man knows a lot. So he might be reading the literature, the ancient Greek and Roman mythology, and he's knowledgeable about the different planets and moons. And he must know Iapetus the piercer. You see that? You see what it's saying? See that? I want you to know. I'm not making it up. See that? Iapetus, the piercer. What is it piercing? Things that pierce, it's things that penetrate. It's a weapon. And it's involved with time. It's involved with time. amazing people. This is really amazing. Let's see. Okay. It presides over mortal lifespan. Don't you ever wonder why, we have limitation of time? Our lifespan? Wow. Let's see, what is unique? Okay, let's read it. What is unique about Iapetus? Let's find out. Okay, Iapetus may have experienced a possibly small influx of dark material from an external source, which could have warmed up and triggered this thermal segregation process. The second most notable feature of Iapetus is the equatorial ridge, a chain of 6-mile-high mountain girdling the moon's equator. Okay, what they're talking about, see, they're phony. That little line, that's what they're talking about. They want you to think that that the hot and cold made that equatorial ridge. Baloney. It's an artificial construct. It's artificial. It is a satellite. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, see it? They're lying to us, people. They're lying. God, they're lying. They're lying to us. You're seeing it with me. You're seeing it right with me. I didn't read this yet. I just clicked on different tabs that I think I wanted to explore with you guys. Okay, let's look at the next thing. So, I remember a couple. There's a YouTuber, a researcher. Her name is. Oh, she got like an Irish name. I forget. How could I forget her name? Oh, that's embarrassing. How could I forget her name? But she's a researcher. She's no longer on YouTube. She got canned, but she has her website. It'll come to me. She interviewed people, and she interviewed this guy, Norman Berggren. Okay. This guy here. He's no longer alive. He died recently. He's the author of this book, Ringmakers of Saturn. See that? And his name is Norman R. Berggren. Norman R. Berggren. Hey, since I got his name up, let's look up his name on YouTube. Norman R. Berggren. Okay, let me do that. Okay. And let me write this because I want to show you something. Norman Bergrun. Norman Berggren. What do you call it? I'm sorry. My hand keeps moving. Norman Berggren interview. Yeah, he was interviewed. Norman Berggren was interviewed by that lady. Okay, yeah, that's the guy. Project Camelot. Yeah, let me click on it. See that? Yeah, okay. I don't want to. Oops. Let me just stop it. He did a part, I think it's towards the end of the book. Let me see what they talk about now. Oops. Oh, that's his book.
Right. Okay. And this is the ring, right? This part, this is the ring?
That ends up being,
Okay, wait, let me just. Okay, wait a minute. I want to try the part. I'm trying to look for the part where he talks about the aliens. That's what I'm looking for.
wanted to know about people kind of thing. Um,
Okay, let me go for it.
I take a little different view.
Okay, no. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the part. Well, maybe it's towards the end here. Let me see.
Real solid stuff, and
Okay. It's too big of interview video, but that man here, this the other maybe it's the short version. Let me see if I can find the short version of it. As you see, okay. Let me show you the name. Okay. Project Camelot interviews Norman Bergrun, remakers of Saturn, and the YouTuber is Esoteric Library. Okay, so you can look at the whole video on your own leisure. Let me see if yeah, I'm gonna do this. Norman Bergrun interview aliens. Oh no, spaceship. Let's see. Spaceship. Oops. Spaceship. Let's see. I hope I can find it. Yeah, he gets excited because he saw, he had privy to go to this base, this military base, and he saw a picture of these giant aliens leaving a spacecraft. Brother, where'd it go? Norman Bergrun. Let's see. Okay, I gotta find it. I want to find it for you guys. I'll see. Carrie, yeah, her name is Carrie Cassidy the interviews Norman Bergrun aliens. Let's see. I hope I can find it. See, they don't want you to. Oops. They don't want you to find it. Okay, that's the one that we were just looking at. Okay. Well, either way, people. Either way, this man. Either way, this man. Okay, he was a scientist. Oops, sorry about that, people. He's a scientist, and as you can see, his name, he's like a German type of surname, so he has access to a lot of places that the majority of don't have access to. And again, he was a scientist. He's about 89 years old here, and he recently passed away. But in this interview, there's a scene in it where he gets kind of excited, like very fearful, when he explained that when he was on the base, um, there was photographs, and the photograph was of these jet black beings that were like giants, and they were coming out of a spaceship, and it really upset him, and it bothered a lot of viewers because they thought he's being racist. No, I mean he's an old guy. Come on, he's just explaining something he never saw. It was something that he's never seen, and that's all. He's just an old guy. He's explaining that he sees these aliens, and he described a little bit what they look like, and it shook up. So I share that because He wrote the book about Saturn. And Saturn is that same planet that has that moon, that Death Star moon, Iapetus, that I just showed you. Okay? There are beings out there. That's what they're saying. That's the whole point. There are beings out there. And look at his book. Let me show you this. Let's see. Okay. Now this book, okay, it's paperback. Look at, it's just a small paperback. It's not a big book. And it's going for, we're trying to read it. It may be Rumble. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So you see here, it's almost 80 bucks. 2 used from $65 and 2 new from $79. I'm interested in getting the book because I want to. Yeah, in fact, during that same interview, he says that it may be like go for $1,000. Yeah, couple of years ago when I checked on this oh, we call it Amazon. I think it was going like that, real expensive like that. Yeah, everybody wants to find out what the secret or something about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why this book would be more intriguing than some. I mean, it's not a big book. Let me see how many pages it has. Let's see how many pages. Let's see. Yeah, it came out in August 1st, 1986. Let's see. Ah, let me read this. Okay, what do they talk about? Okay, this is the paperback edition of Ringmakers of Saturn, commissioned for the 25th anniversary of the release of the original hardback. Yeah, okay. Let's see, what else? From 45 plates of photographs taken during the Voyager 1 flight to Saturn in 1980, etc. Oh, look at that. The famous Cassini and Enki gaps also fit into the author's explanation. Remember Enki? Isn't that the Anunnaki gods, right? Remember that name? Right here. Cassini, that's an Italian astronomer, and they named that Death Star. He discovered that Death Star called Iatopus. And Enki, remember, like in the Anunnaki? So they talks about, wow. Okay, the microphotography employed by the authors answers many of the questions about Saturn asked since Galileo. The author further shows a relationship to the well-defined crater on the Earth's moon called Mare Orientale, and to the 1908 Tunguska explosion in the USSR, etc. Okay. So people want this book. Let me see. I want to see how many pages it has. Oh, look at that. See how they group them together? See, there's a correlation. See, his book frequently brought together. See that? Let me make that sharper. Okay, it's The Lost Book of Enki, Memoirs and Prophecies of an Extraterrestrial God. So wouldn't it make a lot of sense if if this scientist Bergman is studying Saturn, and he's looking at photos of these black beings coming out from a spacecraft, could those beings come from Saturn? Hello, people? Hello? Anybody there? See, they're afraid. They don't want us to know the deal. our history. Let's continue. Sorry, I keep moving this thing. I'm trying multitasking here. But see, everything overlaps into everything else. That's the point that I'm showing you this. Everything is interconnected. Everything. Let me move this. Yeah, I would like to get this. Yeah, oh, I can get a Kindle also. Oh, nice. You can get a Kindle of this book, $9.99. But see, I would rather get a hard copy for that. This book, if you get the hard copy, yeah. But at the time when Dr. Bergrun was being interviewed by Kerry Cassidy, they had stopped publishing the book. That's why it was so expensive, because they stopped publishing it. Yeah, and again, you see it's an old book. It came out in 1986. So people were willing to pay $1,000 for this book. Let's look at the next thing. Okay, yeah, these are, what is this now? Okay, these are just book on Saturn. There you go. So, yeah, so I started, yeah, this is another, okay. I typed in the word, draconian, and then it completed the word star system. I hope you can see that. See the word draconian star system, what I Googled? Okay. Draco, constellation. Oops. I wanted to share with you, oops, sorry. Yeah, I wanted to share with you what this Draco, what is this Draco? Okay, Draco is a constellation in the far northern sky. Its name is Latin for dragon. Dragon. You see that? Okay, it was one of the 48 constellations listed by the 2nd century astronomer. Let me just click on that. Okay, it was one of the 40 constellations listed by the 2nd century astronomer Ptolemy. I've heard that name. And remains one of the 88 modern constellations today. The north pole of the ecliptic is in Draco. I don't know. Okay. Draco is circumpolar, that is never settling, and can be seen all year from north latitude. Okay. So, okay, this is the constellation of Draco as it can be seen by the naked eye. Let's click on it to make it bigger. Okay. That's the constellation of Draco. Okay. Get back. Oops, sorry. Come on. Okay. I don't, let's see. What's that say? I don't use Google. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can share what search thing you use. I'm willing to use different things. Yeah, I don't agree with everything you say, but it's just something that I'm using to share with you as we learn together. Okay, so Draco is a dragon. Look at that. A dragon is a reptile-like legendary creature that appears in folklore of many cultures worldwide. We just had a funeral a couple of days ago. A funeral from Queen Elizabeth II, the late Queen Elizabeth. And what do they have on England? They got all these reptiles, these statues of reptiles. And so why do I make mention of that? Well, like Dr. Berggruen, who did the book, the ring makers of Saturn. And again, those rings that Dr. Berggruen said, those are communication rings. That's what I forgot to show you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the there's a lot of dragons. You even have it in China too. The year of the dragon. The Chinese New Year. What do they celebrate? Chinese New Year. This red dragon, right? Okay. And remember David Icke. David Icke, or used to talk about the royal family and other people, and that they would turn into dragons. Let me type in that. Let me try the shapeshifter. Shape. Shapeshifter. Let's see. See, what do you call a shapeshifter? Shapeshifting. How to get? Okay, then I put in a shapeshifter dragon. Okay. The shapeshifter dragon is a legendary dragon with the primary typing of chaos. The shapeshifter dragon can also learn, see, dark and flame moves. I don't know. I've never heard of that. Wow. Any of you heard of that? Oh, look at that. Who is the god of shape shifting? Hey, let's take a look. Proteus. I've heard these names, people. Proteus was noted among the gods for his shape shifting. Both Menelaus and Aristos seized him to win information from him and succeeded only because they held on during his various changes. Wow. Never heard of that. Okay, look at that. Who is the shapeshifter in Dragon Ball Z? What's that? Oh, that must be a game. I'm not going to look at that. How do you get a shapeshifter in Dragon 8 now? Can dragons change into humans? What powers do shapeshifters have? What animal is known for shapeshifting? Okay. Okay, so you see here there's things called dragons. Wow. And they're putting in modern literature. See that? Very interesting. So let me go back to Draco. So we learn here that Draco is a constellation, and I show you what that constellation looked like. Okay, it's like that one. And what else about it? Okay, I don't know what that word. Draco is circumpolar. I don't know what that means. That's, I guess, something going around two opposites, I guess. I don't know. So Tubus, a Draconis, was the northern pole star from 3942 BC. When it moved further north than Theta Buddhas, etc., until 1793 BC. The Egyptian pyramid. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is where we get it. The Egyptian pyramids were designed to have one facing north and with entrance passages geometrically aligned so that Thuban would be visible at night. So, I mean, you can read the rest yourself. So it sounds like the ancient Egyptians who did the pyramids, that it was essential that it be in, something um, that's influenced by this constellation of Draco. Okay? So there's a link, the ancient Egyptians who did the pyramids and this constellation. Maybe the people from Draco came to planet Earth and set up their headquarters in ancient Egypt. I think the pyramids are a communication system. That's what I personally believe. Because it's like an antenna, right? And it's made out of, what's that? It's soapstone. The outside layer is soapstone. It's really soft, and then underneath is that hard, hard stone. But it might be serve as a crystal. And what are crystals used for? It amplifies signals, people. Who they're signaling to? Maybe they're signaling to Draco, the constellation. Okay. So I want to try to see, okay, look at that. Mythology. See, they're poo-pooing mythology. When you hear the word mythology, you just totally dismiss it, just like the word conspiracy theory. So when you hear, conspiracy theory, don't you just dismiss it? The same as mythology. Mythology is history. When you go to those Ivy League schools, like Yale, Princeton, and Harvard, they have on their website, at least Yale. I saw this person with Yale. I went on a website on Yale University, and then they had all this mythological junk, as I call it, But I didn't understand it. But see, this might be, these are who they worship. Because these are where, maybe where we really come from. And that's what this guy is talking about. Okay? That man there. He talks about the history of people, that where we really came from. And that's what he's talking about in this video that he entitles Evidence of the Anunnaki on Earth, Part 3. Okay? So you could, if you want to look at that, again, you look at what you feel comfortable with. Okay? And see, here you have the television, the, what do you call that? Star Wars, Death Star, and then right beside it to the right, it's the real McCoy. If this is fake, this is artificial also. This is a weapon. Yeah. See, they're playing us stupid. Where's that one? Draco. Okay. So we're back here. Okay, Draco coils around the North Celestial Pole as depicted in Urania Mirror, a set of constellation cards published in London, 1825. See, again, the people of Britain, they're into all these weird animals, these serpents. Well, if this is where your father comes from, or your mom comes from, you're going to have their representations all over the place. If they come into this planet and they intermarry, with the indigenous people, and then they control everything, right? Okay, let's go back. Okay, Draco, I'm reading it up here. Draco, also known as ancient Greek, Orpheus, serpent, is one of the 48 constellations listed in Ptolemy's Almagest, 2nd century, adopted from the list of, oh God, I can't even pronounce that. Draco was identified with several different dragons in Greek mythology. Gaius, Julius, Hyginus, etc. Okay. Reports that it was one of those gigantes who battled the Olympian gods for 10 years. So, everything with the ancient, those mythologies in Greece or Rome, so everything has to do with war. And that's what this man is talking about. This man here, um, Billy Carson, he's a researcher also. And everything he's talking about is war. Everything is about war. And these are war crafts. These are weapons that destroy planets, according to him. In the movie of Star Wars, this thing destroyed planets. And so, this is the real McCoy. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, let's see here. Anything else? Oh, very interesting. So everything. I want to type in something. Draco. Let's see. What is the myth behind Draco? Okay. Okay, this I'm not sure if I read this. Draco is connected with two stories in Greek mythology. The constellation symbolized the dragon Ladon, who guarded the goddess Hera's golden apples in the garden of Hesperides, etc. What is the 88 constellations called? What is that? Wow, okay. So these things have names. You notice when we go to school, we don't learn about the different moons and things that these, they have everything named. And you notice they always name it after these Greek gods. I think it would be a good idea to get a book on Greek mythology and read it, because maybe it's really teaching us the secret. Yeah, you go to any of those Ivy League schools, they're going to have these stories. I thought it was just so stupid. Yeah, what I want also, why I'm on this page, I want to type in something else. What does dracons look like? Well, let me type that in. What do draconians look like? Let's see what they look like. Let me see images. Okay. So why am I showing you this? Let me make it smaller. Okay. Well, I want to share something with you. I was watching a program yesterday. A YouTuber who is part of these super soldiers genre. He interviews people who claim to be a part of all that. Oh, it doesn't have a big selection. Let me see. It must be more. Let's see. See more anyway. Okay. Well, again, David Icke talks about these people. That what do you call it? The aristocracy. The royal families in Europe. They supposedly turn into dragons. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? I've heard of David Icke for the past about 18 years. And I just watched him for entertainment purposes. But let me tell you people why I'm showing you this. Let me look at that. See if I can make it bigger. Okay. Now, I saw some. Okay, I know this sounds crazy, people. Okay, this is like this is just a model of. But you see the face? This one. See the side view? I saw that. I personally saw a thing with face, but it didn't have those little spikies. I didn't see that at least. But I saw that. That remember, it was around in March of this year, 2022. I was meditating, and I saw that face, and it was wearing a red hooded robe, and it was standing at a threshold of a wide entrance, and it was with three other humans, about three or four other humans, and they were wearing dark robes. He was the only one, the one that had a face like that, was wearing the red robe, and the others were wearing a dark color robe, and they looked like regular people. They were all men, and I saw that face. I know it sounds crazy. You see that? Now, it was wearing a robe. It wasn't wearing what you see this wearing. But I saw that. Let me see what else they have here. Let me press on it. Yeah. They make it look like that it's fake. Now I didn't see a tail or anything because it had a robe on. Had a red robe. What like in the movie Eyes Wide Shut? Have any of you ever saw the movie Eyes Wide Shut? That's that type of robe, and it had the hood on. But I couldn't believe I saw like a long snap. I saw this, like this profile. I saw it. People, these are real. These are real. Let me see anything else here. Yeah, see they you notice now a lot of movies are talking about this or trying to get your kids into this type of stuff because they are indoctrinating your children so that when they do manifest, it's a smoother transition. This is real, people. These things are real. And I think David Icke is telling the truth about it. I know it sounds fanciful, but when you see it for yourself, and people have been seeing. See what else? I think a lot of this stuff is, made up, but some of the stuff they have out there is what they really look like. So, Draconians, on that show that I was watching yesterday, that was interviewing someone who claimed to be a super soldier, and they discuss that creature, and they call it that they were from Draconian. They were Draconians, and so that's why I look it up like that. Yeah. And so they control the earth. So what I think I saw in the vision was that they were conducting a meeting. That movie Eyes Wide Shut, I think that thing really happens. They do their ceremonies. And or what David Icke talks about. Let me turn the camera over. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. So I think I'm usually not in front of the camera. Yeah. So anyway, so I just felt it was important to show you this, that you have things out there that are, they try to present it like it's just Hollywood. No, Hollywood is revealing the secret to you. Hollywood is actually informing you. But see, you're reading it as make believe and entertainment, like I did. So they say that if you tell the people, then it's not considered bad. You know, I mean that you're covered karmically. You know, I think it's BS. I mean, you're doing harm to people. You're doing harm. But all these things, I think, is really trying to let you know what's really going on. Hollywood is like your. I think Hollywood is complete. I mean, what's the word? The opportunists, and I think that they give those people all those money. You notice a lot of people want to get into Hollywood because of the money, and it's like selling your soul. Yeah, they'll give you a lot of money to tear your own humanity down. They control the system. It's really an evil system. And it's really just designed to control your mind. Okay? They're in charge of those, the satellite. I show you that artificial construct, what do they call that Death Star thing? And the Saturn is those rings is a communication device. And it broadcasts to the moon, and then from the moon to Earth, and it controls us. It controls us. I mean, I know this sounds wild, but they're telling you. You don't have to believe me. I mean, I know I look kind of messy right now. But I'm telling you, what I perceive is true. That they're telling us about these things, these communications. Don't you ever wonder why, when it's a full moon, people act kind of off? And I showed you in the video what that satellite, what a satellite was. It's something that is to gather information and sends out, right? What type of information is sending out? They're messing us over. I think what's happening here on this planet, that it got hijacked. I think it got hijacked, and I do think that we are part of like that matrix thing. I think we are, because see, like if you learn how to do the meditation things that I talk to you guys about. I mean, I'm sure there are different methods, and that everything it's like things are happening simultaneously. I share with you that you can like do meditation, then you see something, and then you can see an image within an image. So it's letting me know, at least how I interpret it, that there are things, there are signals, there are energies, whatever you want to call it. They have all these different channels, frequencies, that are happening simultaneously, like a CD record. You ever watch a movie? It's on a CD or a Blu-ray disc, right? That the whole movie's on there, beginning, middle, and end. It's where the needle points on that disc, and whatever with that needle, or what you call point of attention, wherever the point of attention is at, is what you see. And it's just some people are able to go beyond a disc and see other discs. But there are many things happening at once. And they also talk about about with time. You also saw that in the constellations, that one of the satellites is in charge of time. Did you know, like, the scientists are talking about what reality is. Oh, you want to get down? Let me get my doggy down. You want to get, come on. Sorry. This is really important. That's signaling to me that this is really, like, we're part of this computer-like system. Oh, what was that now? There is, scientists have discovered that, like, our bodies is just a receptor. They, sorry, our brain does not store information. Our brain is just a receptor. It translates frequencies. It takes what you can see, like your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your tongue, and your hands, that it's to navigate in this reality. But there is a 6 to 7 second delay. There is a 6 or 7 second delay. Like you see me. Now I have my, my monitor, as you saw, right in front of me. And if I turn on my monitor and look at it, like look at my live stream that I'm doing, it's a few seconds delay. As I'm talking, the thing comes out maybe 3 seconds later, something like that. It's not, and it depends on how fast the frequency is. The, what you call the connection. It could be closer to the actual time, but there's no real actual time because it takes time, because it's translating what I'm doing, and then it has to travel, and the device has to process it, and then it shows you. It's a delay. And so, you ever hear those psychics? The psychics, I think, the trick people. Those psychics aren't like, they try to make the psychics seem like they got magic or something like that. You know what it is? They just learn how to tap into the frequencies that are out there. The frequencies are happening simultaneously. And they're able to focus, and their body is set, their whole makeup is sensitive to frequencies. And they train themselves to be able to tap into different frequencies, or I should say point of attention. And they're able to tap, like some people might be able to see into the future, where they just tapped onto that part of the CD where the event is happening. That's what's going on. That is what's going on. And I think another proof, I had an incident that happened to me as a little child. I was in the 4th grade, and I lived my life like any other kid. And I was in the front of the classroom, and I started daydreaming. What I call a daydream. I was just like staring out in space, whatever. I got distracted, and I thought I was just daydreaming. And I daydreamed this girl would walk up to me, and then she would stab me in my hand with her pencil. And then I broke out of the daydream, whatever. And then immediately, the girl in my classroom gets up. To this day, I don't know why she did what she did. And she stabbed my hand with a pencil. I kid you not. And I didn't tell anyone at the time when it happened, because it didn't make sense. I was like 9 years old, or 9.5 years old, and I didn't understand that type of thing. And so I think what happened, scientists have studied that sometimes, they did this experiment. They had gotten these subjects, and they were showing, I think, like these cards or something, and the cards had images of, some of the things were funny, some of them were sad. They were things to elicit certain responses, emotional responses in people. And at one point, when it was keep showing the different cards to the people, and they had a device on them to read their heart rate, their perspiration, all those things, their biological responses. And about 6 seconds to 7 seconds before they even showed the card, they had a response. So this is like what the psychics do. These subjects were being conditioned to that they knew they were going to read something, so their focus, that part of the body or mind, whatever what it is, that can tune into, I don't know what you call events, it was able to perceive it emotionally before they even knew what they're gonna show. They elicit their response. Yeah. So the more you do it, the more you practice, the better you get at it. That's what I'm getting at. Those psychics, they just are, train themselves to see things. I'm no one special at all. And again, I didn't know what was happening when I was 9 years old. I just thought, boy, that's weird. I was just daydreaming, and then what I daydreamed happened. That was the first and only time that happened. And I think it happened, I think I perceived it because I think people, okay, with what they call MK Ultra, the premise behind MK Ultra, if you traumatize someone, their senses get very acute to register responses hyperly. When I was a child, I've been through certain things, and I was a very very nervous child, and I think because I was already exposed to something, my body, my being wants to protect myself, and so it showed me, hey, what's going to happen? But I never experienced that before, and then boom, it happened. I don't know, to this day, I don't know why the girl did that. I never spoke to a girl in my life. I don't know why she even walked up to the classroom, and the teacher didn't do anything either. It was a very weird experience. So I'm sharing you this because you have things that are happening, and I think we're all part of a system. And again, the brain does not store any information, and so we have, but it's a receptor. But you have these things like ginkgo biloba and these other things that's supposed to improve your memory. So the information is out there. It's just that we're not able to pick it up and remember. And maybe it's by design. Maybe these system, these draconians or whatever, that they control. They want to control. They don't want you to remember certain things. I think it's all like programming you. They don't want you to remember certain things. I'm just speculating. But stop that. My little doggies. She want you. Yeah, Lily, she's acting up. But yeah, you have these things. And so psychics, they're just able to look beyond the physical realm. See, if you're trapped in this 3D reality, that's all you're going to really pick up. But psychics and things like that, they go beyond the physical. So you just try to teach yourself the non-physical, how to interact with the non-physical. And you too will probably be able to, what we call astral project, project your mind somewhere, or maybe to tap into future events. Yeah, so I think we're part of a computer system. There are many realities happening all at once. Calm down. My dog is acting up. Want to take a look at her? Look. Look at her. See, now she's quiet. You're on camera. You're on camera. She wants to treat people. She wants a treat. See that little tail? Lily. Hi, Lily. Come on. Want to get up here? Oh, God. Wow. She said, you want to come up? Go. Gotta stay down. Stay down. That's what my eye kept dodging on the side like that. Yeah, not that I was into the conversation. She was just acting up, and I didn't want her to break my keyboard. Yeah, people. I'm really thinking more and more. I think like the movie The Matrix is something that's really teaching what's really going on. I think we really are a part of our consciousness. What is the whole point of even being down here? If this is all just an artificial world, a computer simulation, why even bother working or doing anything? What do we get out of it? That's what's confusing to me. Why have all these wars on different planets if this is a multi-dimensional reality? What do you guys think? What do you think? We go through life. The average lifespan is around 78 years for women. Where do we go after this? Where do we go? Some people believe in reincarnation. Do we have to come back to this again? I don't want to come back here. Or to learn a lesson? Who's in charge here? Don't you wonder who's in charge? Or if you have what you call the Anunnaki that took over planet Earth, don't they have a life where the planet where they live on? What do they do for a living? Do they have parents and children? How are their modern day societies in these other worlds? You never hear about it. And I do believe there are other planets out there that have life. They said that Mars has a life on it. What do they look like? Why is that hidden from us? And with this, they're saying that what's I reading now? What was that? I'm just looking at that. What's his name? Billy Carson. What was that? The Death Star. Let me see. Let me go back. Yeah, they were saying that it's an artificial. Let me see. What's the thing? It was saying something that's artificial. Oh well, I'm not going to even look for it right now. But yeah, there's a lot of things that it's not being told to us, and I think David Icke is accurate about certain things, and you have countries, families of people that have come into this system, interbred with people down here, and those families control everything. Oh God, just think about it. I just don't like this system. I don't like it. I don't like. It's not. We're not free. It's like they tariff with what look at terraforming. They're changing the planet to become very toxic. And again, isn't that what the Matrix is all about? They had planet Earth and then they corrupted it. And then you had a breakaway civilization. Rather, I don't like this at all. But maybe this is all what it's about. And they don't want you to know about it. And they're willing to pay you large sum of money in Hollywood to keep the lie going. You know, the real warfare is not done with weapons like guns and bombs. The real weapon, and why they pay actors and actresses so much money, because the war is with your mind. You can make people hate certain people. You can make them love certain people. You can make them act a certain way, but what you see on television. This is why they get paid so much money, because they are being used, these people are being used to alter your way of thinking about yourself and others. This whole, let's see, the election that we had in 2016 and 2019, all this was really a war with your mind. And some people got hurt during this, for an election. These clowns come into office for 4 years and they're gone, come on. But you had people who got hurt. And they used the media. The media is the new weapon of warfare. And they're using it, they're what do you call it? They censor news. They can make people afraid of a little thing like a cold. Corona is the common cold. And only 0.1% of the population really gets seriously ill from it. But what the media did was, for these past 2.5 years, they made it seem so gigantic. During the pandemic, I went to, they had this place at the Javits Center, and they said that they were making that into an emergency hospital to treat those patients. I went there. I personally went there. And I didn't see any patients. Well, I should say, I didn't go inside. They have this big glass, pane glass, this pane glass. You just look right in. And they were, they had some beds that were setting up. And they had military, like I guess their army, and they were help setting up, and they're just talking like leisure. There was no sense of urgency. There was none. No urgency whatsoever. You didn't see it. If something was really that hectic, you're not going to be just, what you call hip privileges and twiddling your thumb. You're going to be working. There was no urgency. And there were no patients in there. I didn't see any. And then they mentioned Central Park was going to have a tent hospital in Central Park. They said at the lawn. Now, they didn't specify enough, I guess, which lawn. But I went there almost every day, and I didn't see any big tent, any tent on any lawn in Central Park. And then they had this big ship. They were also, right at the Hudson River. Yeah, I did see the ship, but you don't see any people. You don't see any lines of people being carried on the, no! There was none. Absolutely none. What the media showed, like these trucks that had bodies in it, whatever. Oh, please. Where they get the bodies? I don't know. The hospitals weren't full. I went to the hospital. I had an appointment in March of 2020. at the VA hospital. I had an appointment, and it was like a ghost town in there. The building, when you go inside, it's like an echo because it was so empty. Then I went to the floor where I had to get this procedure done. I was so creeped out. I couldn't go through the procedure, and I left. I left. Yeah, I said, no, this is too spooky. Yeah, I couldn't mentally deal with it. It was a ghost town. There were not people in there. But they said that it's a pandemic. All these sick people, all this, but no. Have people got sick? Yes. There was a sick person in my family. And yes, they could have died. Yes. But as like how they show it? No. But I think some people got sick because what you did have out there, you had these what you call urgent care, these like these little clinics that just popped out of nowhere. It popped up maybe 2 years before the pandemic. And I did a video about it. Back then I said, wow, all these things are popping up. Where they popping up? Because they planned this. They planned this pandemic. They knew what was going to happen. So they set up these urgent care centers. And then you had all these young people in their 20s, 30s, like healthy looking dudes and gals, all lined up in dead of winter. Now that would get you sick. That would get you sick. Waiting on long lines in the snow can make you sick for a cold. And yet there were these garbage and rats. You can die faster from that. The bubonic plague, people. If they were really about saving lives, shouldn't they have been doing something about those rats? And the garbage? It's social engineering. And they created so much fear. And I was scared too. I got scared twice. I thought I was losing it. The fear, it would like hit me at nighttime. The fear that I had. Because I love my YouTube. I do, I admit it. I was watching so much of what I saw during the pandemic that I became afraid. And I think some people died from fear. Let's say you have a bad heart and you're so scared, you can die of a heart attack. And I think that's how my cousin died. She was a really, I didn't know her well, but she was a nice lady. And she went to the urgent care. They said she's having problems breathing. She went on a weekend. It could have maybe be Friday or that Monday. She was gone. The hospital said, oh, it's just your nerves. Well, she was found dead Monday morning. Hey, how you doing, Cam? Yeah. Yeah, I think she died of fear. Yeah, fear would do that. So, they wanted to create a fear. What is fear? Fear is an energy. And remember, like on, what's that? Was it the Matrix also? Yeah, remember like in the Matrix? They feed off of your energy. And so it creates all these different scenarios, and they feed off of it. Well, maybe the Draco, the Draconians, feed off of your negative energy. So they like to create an atmosphere that exploits our genetics. And as I shared with you, they exploit your genetics. We're sensitive. Women are very sensitive and emotional, right? Right? You see a little animal get hurt or something, or a child get hurt. You feel things deeply. And they rely on that. And so, like again, David, I talk about the Draconians and that people would shapeshift He didn't make it up. People came to him and shared that, for whatever reason, they shared with him these stories. He was a reporter. He started out doing football, what you call soccer, and then he got this arthritis, and then he became an announcer and a reporter, and then he got into politics, and then boom, he got into doing this research, and people started to contact him, and they shared about that thing with the long snout. And then I saw it during a meditation. Those things are real. But yet in this thing here, oh God, where was that thing? It said a fictional, if I could find it. Where's that thing? I want to find it. Yeah, it was given disinformation. Where's that thing? Moons of Saturn. Let me go back. Yeah, if I can find that thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll show you it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, yeah, I found it. Let me turn it around. Okay, remember that Death Star? Iapetus, that thing? Okay. Yeah, the Death Star thing. This is one of the moons of Saturn. You know, in the beginning of the video, I was to talk about it. Yeah, Iapetus. Okay. So I keep moving this. Come on. Okay, it's getting a little clearer. Oh, let me try to get closer. Okay, Iapetus is the third largest, see that natural satellite of Saturn, and the 11th largest in the solar system. Okay, that is giving disinformation. That is not natural. Does that look natural to you? See how they lie? That with that hole, it got that thing in that thing in the middle. Oh yeah, okay, this thing. See that? See that ring? That's the one to the right. That is Iapetus. And Wikipedia is saying that's a natural satellite. That is not natural. That's from the one to the left is from the movie Star Wars. Star Wars most likely got that from this to the right of it. Same. See that little line in the looks like an equator that like two halves being sewn together. They want you to say that's a natural that they're liars. They are liars. That is not natural. That is artificial. That is a construct, man-made construct. It's a man-made satellite. That is a man-made satellite, people. Man-made. And I already told you what it does. I already shared with you what this Iapetus does. It communicates. It gathers information. It is not natural. How could that be natural? It's not natural. So, oops. Sorry. So my feet. So people, see, they're hiding things for you, and they use this terminology. And if you're not really paying attention, you know, the word natural, you know, they use that a lot in modern, you know, lingo, like natural, something's good. How could that be good? That's not natural. but they're calling it natural, and they want you to think that anything natural is good, right? You buy a product with this natural ingredients. That thing is allegedly um, that movie Star Wars got it from that, and it was used to zap the planet. That's why it has all those pock marks on it. Excuse me. Yeah, you ever look at the moon, our moon, and it got all those holes because it's war. And so, what's his name? Carson, Billy Carson in Forbidden Planet. You know, he's talking about the ancient history of humanity. That it was a war a long time ago, and that this planet was seeded. Boy, they still don't have their act together, and they're still warring. You have infinite planets here, and they don't have it right. I don't know. It's something else they're not explaining. If it's infinite planets, you don't have to fight for all this, you know. But if maybe you're made to think that you're limited, see, scarcity. They want you to believe in scarcity. So they force you to work because you need money. And then you have people who are just working for money. Money, money, money. And then you don't see your children, your loved ones. You don't have time for yourself because they have you on a gerbil wheel because you have to get money, money, money. And that's what they want you to do. Just be focused on money. I have dogs. You go to the park. You don't see any of those animals working for $1. You see the squirrels. They get their food. They have their place to live. How come we don't live like that? Why can't people live like that? Why? Because we were hijacked. And our labor is being taken advantage of. You know, and like even with the squirrels, the raccoons out there in Central Park that I go to, you notice when they work, all the labor goes to themselves. When they build a house, a little nest for themselves, they make it temporary. It's just to last for the season, right? And then they move on. But that house is theirs. It's theirs. They don't have to pay taxes. They live on it. They have their babies. The babies grow up and they move. But not people. Where you live isn't really yours because you always have to pay somebody. You don't pay, let's say you pay your house outright and you don't have a mortgage. Well, if you don't pay your taxes, goodbye house. We're the real slaves out here. Our system here was hijacked. Our system here is hijacked. We're hijacked. And they're frightening us to perform tasks because it's like they're living off of our energy, our efforts. And what we do, the work we do is not our own. When you go to a job, let's say you get a job at a company, the real money is going to the owner. It's not going to you per se. You get a portion of that money. And you're not vested there either. You get in a bad argument with the owner, you're out of a job. But the animal kingdom has it right. Their labor goes directly to them. But they want to create a system to make you dependent on things. And they created a system, what they call civilization, and create these technologies, as they call it, and they want you dependent on the technology. They want you dependent on the technology and not the earth provide for you. civilization is not your friend. Civilization is an alien system, and they make you think that the alien system is superior to the natural system. And I'm saying, don't fall for it. The natural system is the way to go. The natural system brings peace and harmony to your soul. Civilization systems they start off looking very plush and everything, very fancy. More, you have so-called more free time, and then the bondage. Look what happened in ancient Rome or ancient Greece. It got so full of itself, it imploded on itself. It imploded on itself. People, get into nature if you can. Get into, if you can, start like a little garden for yourself. They're making us forget how to do the basics. How to make your own clothes, how to make your own soaps, how to cook your. We got more restaurants here. People don't want to cook anymore. I do like eating out, but we're forgetting how to make basic stuff. Try to go back into that kitchen and learn how to prepare certain dishes. Learn how to make things. They want us dependent on the system, and they're forgetting we're becoming alien to ourselves, and we're becoming alien to one another, because not everybody is behind a what do you call those phones, especially the young people. They walk around with the phone in their hand. They're not talking to other people. They find it more comfortable to talk to a device. And yes, I am talking into a device. I am talking to a device, but to let you know, don't be dependent on it. It is just a tool, but it's not to replace you. Don't let it replace people. Don't let these devices be used to separate you from humanity. Don't be separate from your humanity. That is where they're trying to let you pull you down. And it's so gradual. Don't fall for it. This planet seems to have been invaded by these Dracos, these creatures. And they are, they're more dependent on you. Who are they without us? These aliens. Who are they without us? See, the power really is on our hand. And with those royal families, the power is the people. If those people in Britain say, you know something, we don't want our taxes to go to you. You know something, I'm not going to worship you anymore. I'm not going to clean your room anymore. You do it yourself. They stay in power because they have you believe that they're a type of God. That's how they stay in power. They stay in power when they show all that pageantry. Yeah, it's fantastic to watch. And yes, I did watch the funeral. Yes, I did. QE2. Yes, I watched most of it. And when you see all that pageantry, you start to feel that they're really important. No, that is a show. That is a show. And the real power is behind the people who support her system. And now King Charles's system. Start seeing for what they really are, just people. And they create an illusion of being better than, but no, they are sucking off of your resources. That is your money and your labor that supports that system. Yeah, try to remember that, and I want to try to remember that too. The real power is what you have, and that's where your real value is. You are very valuable, and they want to create division. They want us to hate one another because of our race, our gender, our nationality, our religion. Those type of people are behind all that fighting. These true aliens that are exploiting our nature. So that's all that I want to really share. I know I said a lot already, and I appreciate the your communicating with me. Yeah, we're being fooled, people. I'm fooled. I don't. I know there's more out there. I know there's more. I really want to. I'm afraid. I see. Sometimes we're not ready for the full truth. Like in that movie, you said you're not ready for the truth. I used to do. I did this meditation but a meditation that, like, I said beforehand what I want to accomplish. What I want to find out, and I found out something, and it scared me. Yeah, I didn't expect what I saw, and so it's like, excuse me. You say, oh, whoa, wait a minute, is that really true? Seeing certain things, seeing the paranormal can be frightening. Yeah, there's a system out there. There's a big system, and the current system is full of distractions to distract you. You notice everything has to do with race and black people here in the United States? Everything. Nobody else is having problems, just black people. That's not true. Everybody has problems. Everyone. Because we're all under a system. But see, they make it like a hierarchy. It's a different hierarchy. And they're having us fight each other. And they are trying to take over this country. They're trying to take over the planet. But try to get to know yourself. Simplify your life if you can. Yeah, I got rid of a lot of things here. Yeah, this is all empty now behind me. Yeah, I was preparing to move. I told you about that move. And I got rid of maybe 2/3 of my stuff here. I still got things. But yeah, I feel better getting rid of. I had so much clutter. Simplify your life. Make your life simple. To try to communicate with more people. People are more important than things. I'm going to say that again. People are more important than things. Try to go outside more if it's safe for you to do so. Try to go out there. It's really nice to be in the garden and things like that. Natural beauty. That's our true home, people. To live like those monkeys out there. Yeah, they're having a good ass time. They try to make you feel. I don't mind looking like a monkey. The monkeys have all the fun. That's right. Live your life like a monkey. I used to work in, I worked in many industries, and I was in the banking industry. These are some of the most nastiest people around. They make it, yeah, I worked in the executive floor. I worked for VPs and directors of a major Fortune 500 company in my day. And I worked with some of the nastiest people. How is that? How could they be so nasty and make so much money? I mean, I hardly made anything. These people made money. They had their law degree and everything. Yeah, they always seem to put me in law departments. And they're not nice people. They really aren't. And I saw firsthand what happens to people. And here, that was a long time. That was over 20 years ago. You know, we didn't have the same type of cell phones back then. Um, yeah, get back to nature if you can. Get back to nature. If you have pets, hey, learn how to groom your own dogs. You'll save some money. And go out there and be like be a part of nature. That is our true home, our true state. Not to live in these concrete jungle. It's not natural, and it's making us crazy. That's what's making us crazy. This system. Yeah. Embrace yourself. Embrace your life. Start simplifying your life. Learn how to cook your own food. Learn how to do different things. If you have a friend, hey, maybe you could go have a picnic with your friend. Turn your cell phone off and just enjoy one another. That is what life is for, not about anything else. So, I think I got my message across. I hope I did, and yeah, this is a system to get us all bent out of shape, to gather our energies, to feed off our negativity. But hey, if you can work in positivity, I need to work on that. Yeah, I want to be happy. I don't want my happiness to be based on things, but to enjoy what I have. Learn to enjoy what you have, whether big or small. Enjoy it. Okay? I thank you again for watching this video, and yeah, you can write in the comment below. Share this video with friends, family member, and if you want to help support this channel, you can PayPal me, and the link is on my channel, Spirit Journey, and on the right side of the banner of my YouTube channel, you see my PayPal me link. Just click on the link, follow the prompt, and any amount will be greatly appreciated. And I'm giving thanks ahead of time. Thank you all who contribute. So peace, love, and joy. And yes, this is autumn, the first day of autumn. Yes, celebrate autumn, this beautiful new phase in life, okay? So take care and enjoy your day, okay? See ya.